Hey Grow Leafies, this video is going to apply to those gardeners who want to prepare their soil for the winter. For those gardeners that are thinking about going to landscape companies to buy garden mixes, watch this before you go and do that. Very important tips. And watch this video if you love growing sweet potatoes, because this type of garden mix will be a great mix for your sweet potatoes. Let's go. Pause. We're going to come back to the spot, but I got to explain something first. First, let me give you a breakdown of the mixture of this garden mix. I purchased it from a local landscape company, and it's not that it was necessarily not good ingredients that was mixed together. It just wasn't portionized properly, as you can say, with the different ingredients that were used. So it was not balanced to my liking as a gardener. What I found that it just started to clump together too easily, and it became very tough and hard like that. And it was a mixture of topsoil, compost, pine fines, and sand. So the ingredients were fine, it's just that it's just too dense, too tough, especially for my potatoes and some of my plants. It was just too dense. Personally, I still feel like it needed more compost. It needed a higher ratio of that. So that's why I'm going to be adding in some peat moss and compost and even some of the gypsum to just break it up, because this is going to be a bed with sweet potatoes. But that's going to help as well. It's also going to make it a little bit on the acidic side, not very acidic, which will be good for the sweet potatoes. Not very acidic, just a little. Bring it a little acidic with the peat moss, because peat moss is more acidifying. Sometimes, even though you go and get these mixes, you may have to still amend them. I had to fill in, and I'll show you a picture here or video of all these raised beds. I had 4 10 by 2 feet raised beds, 2 3 by 3 foot fire rings, and then I have about 11 different large garden pots that are about 24 inches in diameter and then about 24 inches deep. So I had a lot of soil that I had to deal with, and just financially, it just did not make sense to go and buy bags. Are you kidding me? That would be too much money. So I needed something that was in bulk. So it's not that I wouldn't do it again. I just now know exactly what I need to add to it in order to bring it to the liking that I want as a gardener. Just an important key tip for you to keep in mind when you buy mixes from other places. Hope that explanation helped. Let's get back on track. To show you some of the main things that I will be using will be, of course, I got my shovels. Let's get that aside. I've got some peat moss, because that's going to really help with this organic material to kind of like break up the soil and just give it a different kind of soil structure, because the heavy topsoil that I have has a higher contents of clay soil. And so that made the soil very, very sticky, okay? It doesn't look like that right now, but when I was growing the sweet potatoes, I noticed that it was just too dense, and you just really want it to be a little bit more fluffy so that the tubers can just really grow a lot better and more freely in it. And so I've got some peat moss. I've also got some gypsum. I picked some up. It was recommended that I use some gypsum, which is actually a fast-acting gypsum. It's for gardeners, improves water penetration and root development. But I'm really using this so that it can really help to loosen up the clay soil. I might even mix in some leaves, not too many, but I have leaves everywhere. And so I've got some leaves that we actually broke up, and it's at another spot in my yard, but I'm gonna use the leaves as well to help with breaking up the soil as well, and that will help to retain moisture. But the kind of leaves that I'm using were actually shredded in the lawnmower that we have. So I'm gonna add that in as well. And the first thing I'm gonna do is just take out probably almost like half of this out of here, and then fill the other stuff in there. I'm just tossing it aside in an area of my garden that I have, where I have trees really growing, and I just have an area that I'm just tossing it on there. I can always level it out there, and then use some of it for something else if I need to. But I just need a place to set it aside. Whoever says gardening's not a form of exercise, they are wrong. I'm not saying anyone did say that. I'm just saying it is definitely a form of workout. The garden spades work a lot better. It's really easy. You might need to use a garden fork first just to break it up. When I was harvesting the sweet potatoes, I had to really spend a lot of time breaking it up. It was really tough. So this is looser than it actually was, but let me tell you, this thing was very tough. Very, like rock tough. My potatoes grew, however, it was just just too tough. And I think a lot more probably would have grown, and probably maybe grown a little bit more fuller if it just had a different type of soil structure. All right, I'm gonna dig this through and then show you what it looks like. I came across this. Look at that. That's what I'm saying. You see how tough this is? Look at this. Tough. It's like I could knock it. It is tough. And can you imagine it was even tougher? So how do you expect these tubers? Look at that, it's just breaking. So that's not good. So look. See? I couldn't even get that tuber out. Look at that. I couldn't even dig down in here. Look at that. These roots, oh gosh. At least that helps. See how the tubers really help in the roots to break up the soil? It was able to just break that up. But look at that. Look at that, all broken up. Another potato. At least I found it. This is a peat moss. This mix is called a sunshine mix. It's honestly not my favorite, but in my area, we used to get Pro Mix. The store that I used to get it from, they don't have Pro Mix. Pro Mix, I like the quality better than this. But this is what I have to use. Compost. That is very, very important. That's one of the main things as well that I'm adding. Definitely the nutrients, it's very rich. It will help to break it up as well. Feed the soil, feed the microorganisms, help with that soil structure. But compost is definitely something I want to add more into here. As you can see, I'm putting a lot in there. That's so far 3 big scoops. Now, another thing you want to do is if you want to know really how your soil is doing, you should test your soil. And if you'd like to know more about that, I had a video that I posted last year on soil testing. Just drop me a comment if you're interested in that, or you know what, better yet, I'll just go ahead and link it right here. So just make sure you look at the link so that you can watch that video. These are better. I don't know, I like mixing with these better. The other ones were not really waterproof type gloves. And this soil's a little wet. We had a lot of rain these past few days, and it's a little cold. So I want to have the right gloves that I needed. So you're just gonna go ahead and just mix it in with your hands. I will be adding in that gypsum, just a little bit, but I just wanna make sure that I have all of this mixed in, and that will take just a little bit. That's why I'm saying this is my exercise. Did I go to the gym today? No. Do I love exercising? Yes, absolutely. But after I do this, I'm too tired to go to the gym. I do go for a walk after a lot of times. Me and Coconut. Coconut, come here. Come say hi to everybody. Come here. Are you gonna come say hi? He's doing his own thing. Are you coming? Coconut. Are you gonna come? Come. You come say hi. Hi, baby. You can come say hi to everybody. Look, everybody, see? This is Coconut. So, okay, thank you. I just want them to see you. I just want you to say hi. He just hangs out with me outside and chills. I'll show you what it looks like after it's all mixed up. All right, here it is. Better consistency. As you can see this, and this hasn't even been watered yet, so it's not gonna look exactly like this, of course. It's gonna sit until the spring. Then I'm gonna plant something in here. It's gonna water. It's gonna, stick together much better, but it's gonna have the ability to loosen from each other, and it's just gonna be a much better mix. My plan is to really diversify this mixture. I'm gonna throw in some leaves in it. Now, I normally put leaves in on the top, and I top it only on the top. But this time I'm gonna mix, not a lot, just some leaves, because if you add in too many, they can clump together. Plus these leaves are fully dry. So as far as, breaking down, it will continue to break down. But this is also organic. And this will also help with the structure as well, with breaking it up. So I'm gonna add in a little bit of leaves. And I'm gonna go ahead and add in that Jimson as well. Add some of that in. This much. With the leaves, yes. I like that. And the worms, the pill bugs, oh, they're gonna love this. They will love this. Y'all, this is like baking outside. For real though, it's like baking. I went ahead and topped it with the leaves. It just made more sense. It will enrich the soil. It will break down and add some nice organic matter back into the soil. If you have too much leaves at the end in the spring, just go ahead and take some off. You can just do that, but just make sure you're putting down some kind of mulch in the spring to protect the soil. Plus, this is free. It's not costing you anything because it's either in your yard or someone else's yard. So maybe go do another good service for someone else and take the leaves from their yard. You want to add about 3 to 4 inches there. So I might go ahead and add another layer and then spray it off with some water so that the leaves don't blow away. I hope this video was helpful and that you were able to take something from this video to your garden. I really do think that these tips that I gave apply to all gardeners. Even though I was focused on my sweet potatoes, it really applies to a lot of gardening techniques I think that are important in gardening. So make sure that you please subscribe to this channel, like this video, give me a thumbs up, show me your appreciation if you do like it, because I would like to make some more videos like this for you, because really my purpose is really to help you, and through this journey I am learning, I want to help you through your journey. So remember to grow, eat, and self-care. Bye.